Sveiciens vēlreiz.
Hello once again. You heard today quite a bit of information about how machine translation is developing, what the role of language resources is, and I hope that you started contemplating a couple of matters about whether your organization has data that might be useful for the automated translation infrastructure, whether this data can be made accessible for automated translation infrastructure, what are the practical and organizational aspects of this, whether your organization can benefit from automated translation, and also how you could contribute or follow along the translation infrastructure. I am not going into great detail about each of these topics, but I'm going to elaborate a little bit of how the ELRC consortium works. And you heard a cycle about the becoming aware of it, and then analyzing, and then availability and validation and verification and the reuse of data. And this all requires quite a lot of work and competence in order to be able to do this on your own. The good news, however, is that this is why the ELRC consortium has been set up in order to support the European Commission and you during this process. And it also provides various support services and consultations. A little bit more information about the ELRC consortium. As a result of a procurement or competition, then the European Commission gave way or authorized the ELRC consortium to work on this. It comprises our partners from Germany, Tilde, ELRA, ELDA, and the Language Technology Research Technology Center, the ILSP from Greece, and also subcontractors would be the Translation User Society, who have acquired plentiful language resources from various industry players such as IBM, Microsoft, Oracle, and others. And the aim of the consortium is to set up a standalone coordination mechanism or network or in order to achieve this goal and to shape a single European infrastructure that it provides higher quality, better, and more trustworthy translation services for all of the official EU languages. Those who initially said that the Google Translator is the key, then we say that by combining our efforts, we can come up with a better solution for both the public and the commercial sector. So this is the overarching goal. And what we need to begin with is the language resources. So ELRC helps shaping this coordination mechanism in all of the 28 member states, plus Norway and Iceland. And the goal is to improve quality as well as coverage, in the sense that quality is equal for all official EU languages in various domains. Similarly to people, to human translators or interpreters, you go in depth with a particular domain before an event or before translating. Also, machine translation needs to specialize in various domains, and this can be used in the most varied digital services. So what does the consortium do, and what does it plan or intend to do? The aim is to improve the accessibility to resources, and the focus is particularly the resources that are possessed or managed by government or public sector. We would also be glad to include private sector resources, but public sector resources are key, considering specifically the PSI directive. This is particularly the area where we can acquire great benefits. We also want to become aware of the situation in depth, and we also wish to pool resources to uh, to support the ones working in this area and providing consultations in this. So we wish to disseminate information about the opportunities, and that's why we're here. We also wish to provide information about legal matters. Sometimes lawyers can destroy all the best intentions, but in this case, it might be so that lawyers specifically can overcome barriers or problems. And this process, as I said, embraces all the EU member states. Once a year, the ELRC assists in organizing EU-level conference. So the first conference took place in April this year at the Riga Multilingual Single Market Summit. It was the first conference of its type, and it summoned together representatives from the entire Europe, and it also organizes coordination workshops in all the member states, and Latvia is the first country where such a workshop is taking place. Also, to mark Latvia's achievements in various areas, which may serve as a role model or good practice example for other countries. And we also provide technical support and consultation services. So as for the council, so what is coordination? That it means that it is some kind of a decision-making body which is going to adopt important decisions in this regarding, and that is the European Language Resource Council. It is still being shaped. Member states are asked to nominate their representatives from relevant authorities, and this activity is a novelty for both the Commission and the member states. I heard that 8 member states have nominated their representatives recently, so I guess this requires a certain time. But as a result, I hope that a strong, sturdy structural unit will be shaped, which will coordinate the cooperation at the institutional level. So there will be the chief representative and the deputy in order to ensure presence at meetings twice a year. And also the ELRC consortium will provide support for this secretariat and provide the functions of the secretariat. So this would be the top level coordination mechanism. The next level would be, and this mechanism would be support centers in all member states. Those would be competence institutions that are already engaged in the activities in either automated translation or language resource pooling activities. And the Cultural Information Systems Center has been appointed as the authority that is responsible from Latvia. It is going to continue working on Hugo.lv and cooperate with other centers and coordinate also Latvia's activities. What does this mean? This means that your language resources and this infrastructure may, as recommended, will require consultations and support. And the ELRC consortium will be glad to provide you with these consultations. You can turn to Tilde or use the technical support section on the website, and then all of this information will be summarized or pooled by the Culture Information Systems Center. And another option is to upload your resources at the CEF.AT infrastructure. These resources will serve for the development of the European system as well as the development of the Hugo.lv. And in the future, this CEF.AT infrastructure will seek solutions for pooling these national and EU level systems. So to make it most successful and acquire biggest benefits. Here, locally, you can receive support from Tilde, the Culture Information Systems Center and the Technical Support Center of the ELRC, which is ensured by the Paris-based European Language Resource Association Center. So you don't need to go to Paris. You can just use the website to send in your questions or receive help or call by phone. So there are many opportunities to contact them, where you can receive information, the top-level information about this framework. Part of it was provided here, and also this information was quite publicly announced at the CEF conference, and it is also available on the video on the website. Now I am confused. I see something else on my computer screen here and something completely different on there. So let me go through it quickly. That was the life cycle. This was the consortium provides assistance. These are the members. These are the aims. And these presentations will also be available in a video record, and you can receive this information and provide access to this video material to your colleagues. Activities, and now on the Council of these language resources. Yes, I should have pretended that I don't have these slides. Now, as for the support centers. You're welcome to visit the website, Riga Summit 2015 EU. You will have a video record of the first conference that took place in April. Additional information on the next conference will be provided later on. Most probably it will take in late spring next year. So the place and time are still being clarified. And the central web resource is the ELRC portal. The address is lr-coordination.eu. Currently, it provides information in English, and when the content is supplemented and later on it will be translated in all the other officially new languages. But here's where you can find basic information and information on online means for receiving support and assistance from the ELRC. You are welcome to turn to Tilde as the representative of the ELRC, and you can also turn to the Culture Information Systems Center as a national support agency, so to speak. Another thing that you can do now is to just try out acquire personal experience about machine translation opportunities, you're welcome to use the CEF.AT system that Sila presented. What you need to do is just send in an email and acquire a username and password, and it includes EU institution databases and other resources, so it will be suitable for EU-related texts. You are also welcome to try out the Hugo.lv system, which is shaped for the Latvian public sector needs. And you also can try out the document translation options and use real-time translation options. I think that this will enable you to understand better how you can immediately use these systems in your everyday work. Finally, to conclude, I would like to end with what I began with. These are the opportunities that the European Union provide us, and by supporting the Latvian language, we also support Europe, because our language is one of the official European languages. It is equally important as other EU languages, and by supporting European activities, we also support the Latvian language, to say nothing about the fact that this practically can be useful in our routine work and working with information. Let us use these opportunities. Thank you.